Shing shing. Keg-Filet TCG. It's a great day here at Keg-Filet's YouTube channel. I am the Keg-Filet behind the camera, but today in front of me I have Josh Odiate, aka
Am I on camera?
SAUCY. Yeah,
hello,
you're
everybody.
on camera. And as you know, what's new, SAUCY crew? He's
As
the
always.
best Enel player North America. I would say
lies.
Enel hasn't been topping
Not since
because
06.
of people just don't believe, you know. But
I still believe.
Yeah, he ended up going X1 in Swiss,
Finished
and
4th place.
then unfortunately lost in top 32. But he did get his national invite, got his pudding, and now he's here giving a awesome exclusive deck profile. But before that, you guys, anything you want to talk about before? Why did you play Enel? Like, why play Enel?
Why play Enel? I mean, for me, I've been playing Enel since set 5, right? And it's a deck I'm most comfortable with. And took me all the way through the set 6, which has been a really rough format. And now with the EB, with new cards coming out, I've been cooking for like literally the last month to try to find the right list to make it work. And I feel like this list is pretty solid. And I think you guys will agree. It's pretty saucy. So I'm excited to show you guys what I have here, and let me know what you guys think. Okay, great. The full deck list will be at the end of the video, but we're going to go through every single card individually, and then at the end we'll talk about, you know, how you feel about the deck first, second, etc., all those things. But with that, let's just jump into the cards itself. So we have the Enel leader, of course. And what cards do you want to talk about first? Yeah, of course. Well, let's just, I guess we can just walk you through the list. Leader, Dons, obviously. Pretty simple stuff, nothing crazy there. Standard. Running 4 Shuras. Yeah. I know it seems kind of crazy, but Shura is actually back. Insane card, trigger, on-play searcher. Can't go wrong, it's a body, 1K, not bad at all. Yep. With the new EB cards coming out, Sky package has been better than ever. So I decided to run 4 because what's better than, in a big event, I should say, you want to have as consistent deck as you can. And having searchers is Swiss. Yeah, exactly. Having a searcher will do that, right? And yeah, 4 Flampeys just came out in the EB. Great card. It was super useful in the tournament, especially when my opponent tried to starve me out. It allows me to unlock my deck because a lot of the cards in my deck forces me to trash until I'm at 1 life, or requires me to be at 1 life to gain some sort of value. And Flampay gets me there. Yeah. The craziest play that I have with her usually will be like 10 Dawn turn. Opponent will like starve me out knowing that I'm about to play Yamato. I go Flampay, take my life, draw a card anyway, play Yamato, heal another life, and pop another body. And it's like gross, insane value. And then next turn, Kata the Flampay. Like, it's just cards goated, right? 4 Beji, goes without saying. Cards auto 4 of in every yellow deck's nuts. 4 Satori. Actually, this card used to be Hiyori. I cut Hiyori for Satori because for 2 reasons. One reason, it's a Sky card searchable in my deck, and the second reason, it's a 5 cost, 5K body, which is really good into Saka because they have a hard time removing 5 costs. And the trigger is also relevant because it lets me play it out of life, and it also lets me discard a card, which is something I like to do in this deck. I like to discard cards to set up a certain play that we'll get into later. All right, so moving on, we got 4 Shirahoshi. Same idea, draw, trigger, discard. It's all about consistency, drawing and discarding cards. So keep that in mind as we move forward. 4 Gidatsu, super good card into RP Law, super good card into Gecko Moria. I mean, honestly, anytime you're able to play Gidatsu, usually you're going to get full value out of it. And it goes with the Starve strategy too. Yeah, it goes great with Starve strategy. This deck is a switch deck, which means I can either go control or rush whenever I need to, and Gidatsu plays, ode towards the control strat, where I'm not attacking, so they always have a lot of life, so I play the Gidatsu to get, remove bodies.
Yeah.
Moving on. For Enel, I mean, this is kind of controversial. A lot of people will argue running 7-drop mom or running 2 Enel instead of 4 7-drop mom or whatnot. 4 Enel is, in my opinion, like a must-have in this format. There's too much control going around, and this is the best card into control. Extremely hard card to remove, and once you stick it on board, they have to commit a ton of resources to get rid of it, and it also has rush, so by the time you swing into it, you already got your value out of it, so it's like it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's very good into both black and blue, which is funny. Yeah.
And what's crazier against black, it's even better, and I'll explain that as we move on here. 3 Kata. I would have liked to run 4 Kata, but this deck is extremely tight space-wise, and you'll see once we get to the back here.
Sure.
3 Kata is necessary because it lets you reset your life to 1. It's also really good against 8 drops, aka 8-drop Kid, which is the most annoying card in this game. Great removal into Gecko, and it's also a big body, which is what this deck wants. This is a card that I search for, or I don't search for it, I try to get it against decks that I have to play control. And, ask any Enel player, they're going to tell you you have to have Kata in the deck. It's a great card. And last but not least, on the top ends here, we have 4 Yamato. Goes without saying, right? Auto 4 of, amazing card, great into control, great removal, great reset to your life.
And it's going to be what wins you games, right? Like you're going to swing with this card.
That is the top end for the control route. This is control, and this is the top end for my rush route.
Yeah. And for the events?
Here we go. This is the spicy, guys. It gets good from here on out. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We got 3 stage, 1-drop stage. Upper Yard, you might be asking what the hell does this card do, because you haven't seen it since set 5, and it's a comet. It's a very random card, but absolutely amazing card. It's a 1-drop searcher that can search itself. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like if I search, if I'm digging for a Sky card, which is like literally my whole deck, I have like 30 Sky cards, I could find it with this card like very easily. And if I don't, and I find this, I get it, play it again, search for another, do another 10-5 search.
And it fixes like your early game, because early game you literally have 0 plays. So by playing this, that, you're making your deck more consistent, which is great.
And it's all about Dawn efficiency, guys. If you're at 1 Dawn and you're not playing anything, it's like inefficient. So now I have a play on my first turn, and it makes my deck even more consistent in these long events, right? And now we have 2 0-cost events. We already know that card. It's this deck, it's a little bit brickier than your standard list. So I run that so that I have more counter power, and it allows me to actually send the Enels to the discard. And I keep talking about this discard, which we'll get into that. 2 Amarus, extremely necessary in this format. There's too many 4-cost blockers and like 4-cost bodies running around that just are like must removes, and Amaru gets you there. It's like a super good card late game. It's a super good card even mid game where you need to control the board. You could use this to kill their bodies if they're trying to go wide and not attack you. And then here we go, more sauce. Here we go. 4 Kami. This card's insane. You guys don't even understand. Like this card is literally the reason why our control matchup is like so much better now with the EB. This card allows you to cheat an Enel into play on your 4 Dawn turn, and all it requires you to do is trash all your life but 1. I know that sounds insane. Like any other deck, that sounds terrible.
Are there games where you're actually at 4 or 5 Dawn and you use this card?
All the time.
Do you have to like go down in life? How much life are you trashing? Like at least 2 life?
I would never use this card if I have like 3 or more life.
So if you have 2 life, you'll do it.
2 max, right? Because you're trashing only 1 card if you're at 2 life.
Okay.
But that's the whole point of this deck is if I play control, I actually pick second, and I'm looking for Flampe's, Kami, and the Enels, right? And I find these cards. Flampe is the only one I can't find, right? I can find them with my searcher, so I can
Hopefully
get to this.
Trigger a Shirahoshi, get it Enel in your trash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And once I set it up, I just basically force them to go first, which means they have 2 swings to my face before it gets to my 6th Dawn turn, which allows me to play Kami at either 2 or 1 life, depending if I got a flampe.
Yeah.
Imagine that scenario where you're playing control and you play a 7-drop body on your 6th Dawn turn that literally needs to be removed twice.
It's impossible.
Just think about that.
You can't remove it.
Insane.
Yeah.
And then imagine another scenario where the turn after that you drop a 2nd in there.
Yeah.
And now you have 2 7K bodies swinging at face. It's just like it's backbreaking.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's literally insane. I got 2 cards here, and then of course you got 2 rejects.
Yep.
Super good card, and 2 Kingdom Comes. Now my event package is kind of like light. I have a lot of 2-ofs here. That the reason I'm able to do that is because I have so many searchers. So it's kind of like the deck plays a lot like a toolbox deck, where I'm able to find the cards I need depending on the scenario, depending on the situation.
It's flexible because it has searchers and it allows you to even be more aggressive with your mulligans because you have searchers. Yeah,
it's actually really synergistic because a lot of my cards allows me to cycle through stuff. Like I have the Shura Search, I have the Shirahoshi, I have the Kami trigger. So I'm constantly cycling cards out of my hand and getting rid of bricks. And my lead effect, it's another way for me to discard and like replace cards. So
Well, let's talk about some of your games if we could. So yesterday you went 9-1. I believe was your one loss just Justin yesterday? Red Purple Law?
Yeah, Junsuko beat my butt. He was playing RP Law. He got my number. Yeah, RP Law is a tough matchup for this deck because a lot of times you have to grind them out in that matchup, and you go into time really often.
Okay.
But yeah, it was my one loss yesterday. I played 3 Red Purple Law, and he was my one loss.
Yeah. And then your other games, what were they in general? Like you don't have to name off every single one, but
in general, it was a pretty mixed bag. I would say I had 3 SAUCYs, 3 RP Law, 1 Enel, 1 Black Yellow Luffy.
Yeah. Anything hard that was close, or what was
Gecko's close. It was really close because I only found 1 Enel that game. I played it literally on my 4 Dawn turn.
Would you say every game you're playing Enel? Like
no, actually I only play Enel against control matchups. So Gecko and
just black decks.
Saka.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, anything with black. I take second from them, and then I play. I play for the Enel.
Okay, yeah, you're actually very aggressive in that match. Is it aggressive? Like
oh yeah,
like do games end before 10 Dawn? Like ever?
It's definitely happened, or it either ends before 10 Dawn or like right at 10 Dawn.
Okay.
Like the turn you get to 10, it's like
you have matchups you don't even get to play a Yamato. Like
I don't even play Yamato in control matchups. I discard Yamato, discard Kata. Unless I'm really like behind, then I'm forced to play like a more control route.
People are gonna have to be looking through their deck boxes and stuff and asking on their Discords. Can anyone have a upper yard anywhere from their OPO5 boxes?
Don't forget to thank your boy SAUCY for giving you the sauce, man. This card is super good. Trust me.
It's good. I mean, they were handing out packs yesterday, for OPO. Was it OPO5 packs?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, set 5.
So maybe people were pulling those. So there might be some around now.
Yeah, man. If you know anyone that went to the LA Nats, ask him for some upper yards.
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff.
Sweet. Yeah. Is there? So do you prefer to go first, second? Is that always dependent on the matchup?
It's very matchup dependent. But generally speaking, if you play into control, you take second.
Okay.
If you play into an aggro deck, you take first.
Okay.
That's pretty much the easiest way I could summarize everything, and I could go into like matchups if you'd like, but that's pretty much.
I think it's good. I think we'll leave that for the EB01 / OPO7 Enel guide coming out soon on a few channels with SAUCY, because he's just the guy.
Hint,
so
nudge.
but do you have any like shout outs to like your locals or like your channel or your boys?
Hey man, I mean, you guys already know SAUCY plays at YouTube. I know I haven't been super active lately, but I'm looking to get a little bit more content out there whenever I'm able to, and so always be on the lookout for that. And shout out to all the homies in LA, of course. I love everybody here, like great communities, great group of guys. And shout out to Chick-fil-A for being an awesome dude.
Appreciate it, man. Well, if you guys like that video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you all in the next video. Ciao.